It allows you to look how a team would be if it was built around Ben Simmons. Another three-point shooter on the floor, less post up. That's why we're trying to still figure long term if both of these guys have what it takes to get them based on where their talent should take them.
Well, you can ask it yourself because Mr. Joel Embiid has joined the program. Hello, my friend.
How you doing?
I mentioned at the top that broken finger has kept you out almost 3 weeks. You don't hide it for the people. By the way, I got to say, if you look at the video from that original night, a human finger is not supposed to bend that way. I just want people to know that.
Whew, this is ABC, Rachel.
That's rated R.
Woo, I'm just saying, what percentage would you say that you were out of your recovery?
Well, I'm expecting to get back at some point, either in the next week or two. So I'm planning to come back next week. So it's going pretty well. So we're going to see how it goes.
Yeah, do you feel like you've sort of made, I know that you had sort of get back on the court for practice in the last day or two, right?
Yeah, I had my first practice yesterday. It went well. I adjusted pretty well to the, every contact that you can think of. And I just got to put on some few more and see how it goes.
All right, so Joel, you guys are currently at 6th in the East. That's not what many of us expected. The trade deadline less than 2 weeks away. So you tell me, what do you think needs to change either on the roster or just with this roster, but the way you guys play for you guys to make a run after the All-Star break?
Well, I think we still learn how to play with each other. When you look at previous years, this year's a little different. Last year, you had JJ, you had a few shooters around, and this year we got a good group of guys, but it's not the same as it's been the last couple of years. So we're still walking through it, but I feel like we got the right guys to make it happen. Maybe a little bit more shooting. At times we struggle with that, but I feel like we're going to be fine.
JoJo, you guys lost in Game 7 last season in heartbreaking fashion. What are some of the takeaways that you can now build upon and hopefully get further this year?
Well, it's always great to get that playoff experience. I've been there. I've been to the playoffs twice now. Lost in the second round twice, so learned a lot from it. And in the summertime, you go through that and you think about it. It hurts, but I know that I have a lot to still work on, and people haven't really seen what I can do, especially for me, and I'm sure my teammates feel the same way. But you gotta keep going and keep pushing and keep getting better.
JoJo, you have a lot of people out there talking about the fact that you don't need to shoot jump shots. They want you to go into the paint and dominate. Ben Simmons doesn't shoot jump shots. He dominates in the paint. How do you guys coexist? How do you guys make it work to win a world championship?
I mean, you gotta figure it out. I mean,
but that's our question. How do you figure it out,
Jay?
Well,
we're all watching and we want to know.
Well, like you said, I'm down there. That's where I'm best at. And he also likes to be down there. And a lot of people always talk about, you gotta stop shooting threes and all that. Sometimes you gotta make sacrifices for the team. You gotta make it happen. And that's what I have to do from time to time. I have to be at the three-point line just to make sure that he got some space. And from time to time, he's gotta figure it out. Right now, he's still walking through it as far as being comfortable shooting threes. But you gotta, I don't know. We're gonna figure it. We're fine.
Have you talked to him directly about it? Have you said, hey, dude, I need you to shoot a little more?
But then again, you go back to 2 years ago, that was not a problem.
Right.
Last year, that was not a problem, but why? Because you had JJ, you had Jimmy, you had capable playmakers, you had capable shooters. And the way we play, we want to share the ball, dribble handoffs and stuff. And when you got someone like JJ, it's easy to do it. So this year is a little different. Tobias, great player, but that's a different style, completely different from JJ. So,
do you need Kirk Mons to be more? Because he's made some shots and he really helps you guys.
Yeah, he's been the most consistent guy when you talk about making threes and stuff. That's another guy that can kind of, I wouldn't say be like JJ, but he can kind of take up that role.
So do you talk to Ben at all, given that this is who is on your team right now, and say, hey, I need you to take a little more shots?
Yeah, but I always tell him, if you don't feel comfortable,
don't do it.
I mean, we're going to figure it out. Like I said, I do whatever it takes to win. I know myself. I can dominate. I can score on anybody down there. I can be unstoppable, but you know, if I'm asked to go out there and shoot threes and space out, you know, I got to do it if it helps us win. But at some point, if we're not winning, I just got to be like, I got to do what I do best.
Well, Ben is playing like a house on fire with you out, so that is helping your team. It sounds like the conversation you really need to have isn't with Ben Simmons. Maybe it's with Elton Brand, so we'll let you go do that, too.
I don't think there's any problem. We're good. We still figuring out.
Add some more guys.
No, we're good. Life is good.
All right, Jamal, thank you so much for joining us. We can't wait till you are back on the court. Your finger is now the direction it is supposed to be, so America is very happy about that. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.